Welcome back to Good Morning Vail and the Beaver Creek Arts Festival. And I'm catching up with Annmarie Siegel, a jeweler, a jewelry creator.
Yes, I am. I'm a jewelry creator from Nokomis, Florida, and I design jewelry from vintage watch parts.
So let's take a step back. You're a Jersey girl, and you grew up taking apart your parents' watches and jewelry.
That's correct. As a child, I would take everything apart and I'd remodel it. My mother's jewelry, and I would always say, oh, mine looks better. And it was just one of those things that evolved. You know, as I got older, I started creating jewelry from beads and stones. And when I came across watch parts, it was like a love that and a connection that, you know, I found again.
And this is like nothing else I've ever seen. I mean, this is really neat, unusual, and I see that you're using watch parts, but it also looks like you've incorporated jewels with the watch parts.
Yeah, what I do is, well, the watch parts that I use are all vintage from as far as like the 1920s. You'll see there's a movement on the watch, and then all in it workings, and then I have the balance wheels. And these dials are from the Waltham Watch Company from the 1920s. They would inlay their numbers with real gold. And when they said something was 17 jeweled, they used real rubies inside the watch movements. And as I've been told from old watchmakers, that was used to help the friction of the wheels. And then these dials are from the 60s and the 70s. So those are all their own natural colors, and I use Swarovski crystals. And it's just taking the watchmaker's art and bringing it back to life. I always say they were the true artists.
You know, one of the things about watches is, like, I don't wear a watch anymore, and I notice a lot of people don't because they have their phones, and so they have the exact time at their fingertips. And are you finding now that there's more watches available for you to work with?
No, actually there's less watches because we use all the vintage watches. Most of your watches are battery, digital, so that's what makes it quite a challenge. I think many more people would be doing this if the watches were available, but this is just a lost art. So I search for old watchmakers, estate sales, and you know, as I'm supposed to do it, the pieces show up.
It seems like you're part treasure hunter, part jewelry designer.
I am. And you know, my philosophy is all about telling people to live in the moment and enjoy life just as it is and slow down. And that's part of my philosophy. And whenever a customer leaves my booth and I remind them of that, it kind of touches their heart and they're like, thank you. You know, that's a little reminder for when I wear these pieces. So hopefully it'll just lighten the world and bring a lot more joy to people.
It seems like as an artist, you obviously spend time alone creating, but you also it sounds like you spend a lot of time out meeting people as you hunt for the things that are going to make up your pieces.
Well, I do enjoy the solitude at home, you know, in the beach. That's where I just get with nature and create. And then, you know, I take all of that energy and I move it on when we go out in the world and we're showing at the art shows, and it's fabulous. I mean, here at Beaver Creek, I'm so grateful for Howard Allen for putting on the show in such a fabulous place. I mean, it's only like one of the best shows in the country.
Annmarie, thank you so much, and thanks for sharing your art with us today and coming to the Beaver Creek Festival.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a beautiful day, so come on down to Beaver Creek. It's a perfect day.
It really is. Coming up next, we've got more Epic Morning, and we have your weather forecast.